Good morning. Another day, another round of MAGA tears.
So Trump immediately went on True Social after begging his people to send him money.
I don't get it. My family barely talks to me, my coworkers avoid me, and my friends have stopped texting me back.
I'm very relieved because I voted what I believe in. I'm not crying happy tears.
Democrats or non-woo-woo Republicans ordered mass amount of tickets and then didn't show up. How upset Donnie will be with all those empty seats.
Trump supporters blindly follow him no matter how many alleged crimes he has committed.
In today's episode, we're diving into the raw emotions and reactions as MAGA supporters face the consequences of their choices. Nothing sweeter than MAGA tears as the reality sets in. Let's get into it and see how this unfolds. And yeah, one more thing. Subscribe to find out how they effed around.
Good morning. Another day, another round of MAGA tears.
I don't get it. My family barely talks to me, my coworkers avoid me, and my friends have stopped texting me back. All because I voted for Trump. It's not the vote, it's what the vote represents. It's just politics. Why are people making it so personal? Because it is personal when these policies attack their friends, family, and their basic rights. I didn't mean to hurt anyone. Maybe not, but supporting a guy who wants to roll back civil rights doesn't really scream, I care about you. I just believe in his vision for America. Sure, but for some, that vision feels like they're getting pushed out. I'm still the same person. Maybe, but your vote told them where you stand, and sometimes that's enough for people to walk away. It feels like I'm being punished. Actions have consequences. Back policies that harm or exclude people, and they'll keep their distance. It's not punishment, it's boundaries. I tried to talk with you, but instead, you chose to listen to the lies from a wannabe fascist. What did you expect?
I was able to get my hands on 14 tickets to Donald Trump's inauguration in Washington, D.C. You can order them through your congressional representatives, and then they do a lottery. Now, you might want to know, when am I going to D.C.? Well, I'm not actually going. I just figured it was a tiny way that I could protest, and if thousands of Democrats or non-woo-woo Republicans ordered mass amount of tickets and then didn't show up, how upset Donnie will be with all those empty seats.
She definitely got us in first half.
Have you ever wondered why Trump supporters blindly follow him no matter how many alleged crimes he has committed? It's due to a psychological term called confirmation bias, which is a psychological phenomenon that affects all of us whether we realize it or not. Confirmation bias is a tendency to seek out and interpret information in a way that confirms our pre-existing beliefs and opinions. So why does this matter? Well, confirmation bias can have some pretty serious consequences, especially when it comes to politics. For example, take the case of former President Donald Trump. Despite numerous allegations of wrongdoing and even some criminal investigations, many of his supporters remain steadfast in their support of him. One reason this happened is most likely because of confirmation bias. Trump supporters had already found an opinion about him and his presidency, and when new information came to light that contradicted that opinion, they were more likely to dismiss it or interpret it in a way that confirmed their existing beliefs. That is not to say that all Trump supporters are irrational or illusional, of course. But it does illustrate the power of confirmation bias and the importance of being aware of its influence on our thinking. So, how can we combat confirmation bias? Well, one way is to actively seek out information that challenges our existing beliefs. It can be uncomfortable to confront ideas that go against what we already believe, but it's important to do so if we want to expand our understanding of the world. It's also important to question our own beliefs and opinions and to be open to changing them if new information comes to light. This doesn't mean we have to abandon our core values or beliefs, but rather that we should be willing to adapt and evolve as we learn more about the world around us. By understanding confirmation bias and its effects, we can work towards being more objective and open-minded in our thinking. This can lead to more productive and empathetic conversations with those who hold different beliefs than us and ultimately create a more understanding and inclusive society. All right, let me know what you guys think in the comments, and stay curious, friends.
So yesterday was a rough day for me. I had to take my daughter to the hospital. That's not what this video is about. This video would be about MAGA. That's right, because I live in a very, very red state, in a very, very red place. And while I was sitting in that waiting room at the hospital, there were all kinds of people in there. Yeah, and a lot of them were MAGA. And the news was on the TV. You know, the news about the people he's appointing. And when the story came up about Miss McMahon being appointed to the Department of Education, well, the conversation that ensued from the MAGA group that was sitting next to me was sweet, sweet tea. Oh, yes, it was sweet, sweet, sweet Alabama tea. Seems like these MAGA voters aren't very happy. Yes, one man looked at the other man and said, "Oh, shit, what did we do?" That's right, he said, "Oh, shit, what did we do? I can't believe we have voted for this. What is he doing? I thought Donald Trump had sense. He's appointing a bunch of pedos. And now Sarah McMahon?" They didn't like that information very much. It seems like the MAGA party is crumbling from within. They can get in the comment sections and say how proud they are in Trump 2024, but just know they're not as happy as they pretend to be. But we already know that, don't we? Because they can't seem to stand the fact that we're not in the streets rioting or in our homes crying. No, we're sitting back being condescendingly smug about the whole situation because I don't know. We fucking told you so?
This is my last political post, okay? I'm gonna lay it to rest. Let me just tell you guys, I'm not crying happy tears. I'm not gonna be apologetic for being excited, because if it was the other way around, all of the Kamala supporters would celebrate. I want to say that first. I'm very relieved because I voted what I believe in, and I felt heavy on my heart that it's the right thing. So knowing that it was the decision the American people made, I'm relieved and I'm very happy. Very, very happy, okay? It's the very first day of finding out the election results. All of us are happy. I'm very happy, but I'm not going to continue to post about it, but I'm also not going to be sorry about it. And I always talked about how my family, sorry, I don't want to make this more than once. I always talked about how my family had different beliefs, my grandma and my mom and my sister, and how we always got along. And I wore my grandma's sweater to go vote, and I'm so sorry. I'm trying not to cry, okay? But my heart's broken.
Try not to cry.
Yeah, try it. My grandma just sent me a very sad text. It broke my heart. And my mom has yet to text me back today.
Am I real?
My point of making this video is to say that I am very happy, and I expressed how happy I was. And I'm not going to be sorry for that. I'm completely heartbroken that my family is taking it how they are. I never did this to them when Biden won. Never. But I am done with political posts. From here on out, it's back to normal. If you don't like me because of who I voted for and you have to unfollow, go ahead. My own family unsubscribed from my life, so you can too. I promise it doesn't get worse than that.
So Trump immediately went on True Social after his unconditional judgment today, begging his people to send him money. Don't you think it'd be more productive for the president-elect to start focusing on running the country and getting things organized than conning his people out of more money? He's a billionaire. He's surrounded himself by billionaires who bought their way into positions, and he's still asking for the poor people who supported him and believe in him to cough up the last of their earnings to him so he can use it. He is a grifter at heart. He does not care about people at all, and he's going to let all you MAGA folk down even more than he already has.
Well, it's a little fuck around and find out on Friday. So when I'm not playing guitar and annoying you guys on TikTok, I actually work in an industry adjacent to the meat processing industry. And the parent company of the company I work for services a client up in Iowa. It's a poultry plant. And said poultry plant got in some trouble recently about labor problems. And it wasn't undocumented workers, believe it or not. I think they were trying to circumvent that problem by hiring kids, 11 and 12-year-old children working in a poultry plant cleaning the machinery at night. Now, this machinery is made to process meat. Human skin is meat. 12-year-old kids are not made to be climbing on those machines. Takes proper training. People are going to fuck around and find out real fast. I think they already are. Have a good rest of your Friday.
Thanks for watching this episode of FAFO Season. We've witnessed the raw emotions and regret of MAGA supporters coming to terms with their choices. As the reality sets in, the tears flow, and the lessons are learned. If you found this video engaging, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more episodes that delve into the real stories behind today's biggest topics. Your support helps keep the conversation going, so thank you for being part of our community. See you in the next episode.